Welcome back to the Daily Dean. So I haven't even been driving that long, and I've already experienced really goofy stories that I'd like to be sharing with you, and then talk about ranting. But anyways, point being, so just recently, I was driving down this 2-lane road going the same direction, right? We're all going in the same place, and I'm on the right side, the slow lane. And there's a place on the shoulder where you can park your car and whatnot. And, I'm going with the traffic at the speed limit, no less. And this dude I see is tailgating me, and he's in a truck. And I'm thinking, wow, a truck is like, that's at least 2 times the weight of my car. If he, freaking bumps me, I'm gonna get hecka whiplash. So I better, freaking, hold up and be safe. But this dude, no less, travels on the right side, passes me into the parking lane shoulder instead of going on the left. And I think, maybe I'm not in the right place to be saying that's stupid and irresponsible, but my mom agreed with me. And, let's not talk about that. While she does disagree with some of the way how I drive because of my inexperience, I was happy that we were both pretty upset. Like, wow, that dude was pretty out there. I don't know why he did that. And that's just one goofy story. But besides that, there's just real shenanigans that I have getting on the highway, looking over my shoulder. I'm actually gonna practice that a little bit more. But besides that, goofy stories in there. Just that one I wanted to get off my chest and I wanted to share with you. But anyways, about studying. But if you're studying for your driver's test, try and see what your DMV is telling you, specifically about the questions and where they're coming from. So when you see the DMV and they go on your little website and tell you all the things that you need to know, I think that it tells you actually only need to study from their DMV handbook in order to get all the answers to the questions that they give to you. Because all the answers and the questions come from the handbook himself. And our handbook, where in the state I'm living, only is like 60 pages. And so it's like a quick read that you can do in like, an hour or whatnot, just studying. And that's pretty useful. I'd recommend doing that. And now, let me rant about the driving system in America. We think of cars as a luxury that, if you have one, you have to treat it as such. And while I think I understand where that sentiment is coming from, right? Cars are expensive, they're privately owned, it's your vehicle. I think it seems unfair to people who do not have a vehicle and need to get to places. You have public transportation, but it seems like the infrastructure is lacking, or there's not enough funding, or there's some problem with timing and scheduling and whatnot. And it feels like, why can't we do more for transportation? Why do people have to be waking up so early to catch a train to a place that they need to go? Instead of, having some, like a metro, like not a metro, but like in San Francisco, they have a little trolley. I think that's a cool idea. But I was just ranting. I haven't really researched that. But I have researched how America and United States, and don't get me wrong, driving is awesome. Driving is a really fun experience and it's really nice. But seeing how, everything needs to be driven to seems like it only adds to that unfairness. That if you don't have a car, or you don't own one, or you can't, or you don't know how to drive, it seems like, why? Like, if places in Europe, for example, and, once again, don't get me wrong, wow, you hating on America? No, I'm elaborating. Europe and other places, they were dependent on, they've had their infrastructure and their buildings and the layouts of their cities since like the Middle Ages. And so the things are naturally closer together. Like this one city in Germany is freaking 5 kilometers wide. That's like 2 miles. An entire city with a school and, stores and whatnot. And you can walk from one end of the city to another in like, 10, 20 minutes and whatnot. And I think that's wonderful, right? You can go to wherever you need without using a car. That freedom must be exhilarating. But you look at the United States and the average distances freaking widen exponentially. And you see how things a commute takes up to, an hour to get to a place where you work, or to get to your school or your college or your whatever. It seems like, wow, if only we had that same thing, or we didn't have the same issue. And, don't get me wrong, again, I keep emphasizing this. I do not hate America. I mean, well, that's debatable. I hate infrastructure and our government, but I do not hate, like, all people who were ever born in America, including myself, right? That would be immoral, and that would be ignorant. That would be unjustified. And, well, but I think that things could be different, and I think things could be changed. And do I know the ways to change those things? No. So how hopeful am I really? Not really, and I can admit that. But this is mostly rant-like. So I wish things could be different, and I wish things were closer together so that we didn't need to drive. But, you know, nonetheless, driving is neat. And practice and stories. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And bye.